Guy Fawkes Day. Guy Fawkes Day. Focus question. Who was Guy Fawkes and why is Guy Fawkes Day celebrated in the United Kingdom? What is Bonfire Night? Remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder, treason, and plot. We know no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forget. Traditional UK nursery rhyme. On November 5th every year, adults and children in the United Kingdom gather together for fireworks and bonfires. Friends and families cheer as a dummy, called a guy, on top of the fire bursts into flames. This traditional festival is known as Guy Fawkes Day or Bonfire Night. Guy Fawkes Day celebrates the day in 1605. On this date, King James I and his staff stopped a plot that would have blown up Parliament. Who was Guy Fawkes? Guy Fawkes was born in 1570 in York, England, during the rule of Queen Elizabeth I. At the time in Europe, many Catholic and Protestant countries were at war due to religious differences during Elizabeth's reign. The Catholic religion was illegal in England. Catholics who were caught practicing their religion were often fined or killed. Guy's parents were Protestant. His grandparents, however, were Catholic, and when Guy's father died, his mother then married a Catholic man. When he was a teenager, Guy decided to become a Catholic. He was angry about the violence and cruelty toward the Catholics in England. Fawkes left England in his early 20s. He traveled to the Netherlands to join the Catholic Spanish army in their fight against the Protestant Dutch army. Fawkes was a soldier in the Spanish army for 12 years. There he learned how to make explosives using gunpowder. The Gunpowder Plot. In 1603, Queen Elizabeth I died and King James I took her place. He claimed he would be more tolerant of the Catholic religion. Instead, he passed even harsher laws against them. Many English Catholics were still loyal to the king. However, Fawkes met other Englishmen in the Spanish army who were angry about the violence against Catholics in England. In April 1604, Robert Catesby invited Fawkes to join in a revolt against the king. They needed his expertise with gunpowder. Fawkes immediately agreed. He was excited to be able to contribute to their cause. Back in London, in May 1604, Fawkes met with our other plotters at a local inn. They took an oath of secrecy. Although many women, such as Anne Fawkes, was a part of the movement, only men were involved in this plot. The plotters planned to blow up Parliament the day it was officially supposed to open. The king and his entire staff would all be there. Afterward, the plotters would make King James' daughter, Princess Elizabeth, queen. At the time, Elizabeth was only 9 years old. They believed that if they raised her Catholic, they could influence her reign. 13 plotters in a total were thrown into the plan. Robert Catesby had a house just across the river from Parliament. The plotters purchased 36 barrels of gunpowder and stored them in Catesby's house. One of the plotters, Thomas Percy, got a job as a royal bodyguard. He moved into a house near Parliament. He was also able to rent a cellar beneath the buildings of Parliament. The plotters moved the gunpowder by rowboat at night, crossing the river from Catesby's house to the cellar beneath Parliament. Guy Fawkes took a fake name. He called himself John Johnson. He pretended to be Thomas Percy's servant so he could move freely inside the buildings of Parliament. His job was to take care of the gunpowder hidden in the cellar. The opening of Parliament had been set for November 5th, 1605. The plotters were ready. Caught. A secret letter was sent to Lord Monteagle. He was a Catholic nobleman who was loyal to the king. The letter warned him not to attend the Parliament on November 5th because something terrible was going to happen. He showed the letter to the king's assistant. When the king heard this news, he ordered a complete search of the houses of Parliament. The search party found firewood in the cellar. A second search was ordered. This time they caught Fawkes with fuses and matches. They searched the cellar more thoroughly. During the second search, they found the 36 barrels of gunpowder. Guy Fawkes tried to escape but was caught. The guards brought him to the king's chambers for questioning. Fawkes told the king's guard that his plan was to blow up the king and his government. He insisted that he had acted alone. He told the king he was only sorry that the plot had failed. Fawkes was a prisoner in the Tower of London. By November 9th, he had signed his name on the final confession, revealing the names of his fellow plotters. On the morning of November 5th, the plotters had heard about Fawkes' arrest. They stole some horses and rode away from London, still planning to lead a revolt against the government. On November 8th, a group of the king's men caught up with them. Robert Catesby and 3 other plotters were killed in a gunfight. The rebellion had failed. The English courts found all 8 surviving plotters guilty of treason. They sentenced each traitor to death. In January 1606, Guy Fawkes and 3 other plotters were taken to the yard outside Parliament to be executed. Their punishment was a warning to anyone who might try to stay. Another conspiracy? Some experts suggest the gunpowder plot was an inside job. They think it might have been a plot by the king's staff to make harsher anti-Catholic laws. It might even have been the king's top aide who wrote the warning letter to Lord de Monteagle. Otherwise, how could the plotters have carried out their work right under the noses of the king's guards? Were the plotters used as scapegoats to raise support for an unpopular king? There is no clear proof of this. However, the discovery of the gunpowder plot brought the public relief that the king's life had been saved. The king's claim that his survival was a miracle and proof of his right to the throne. Parliament passed a law that same year to make November 5th an official day of celebration. This made an unpopular king someone to celebrate instead. The legacy of the plot. The holiday was first called Gunpowder Treason Day. In the 7th century, people rang church bells and lit bonfires to mark the day. In England then, it was popular to burn dummies of hated figures on bonfires. People believed that doing this would drive away evil spirits. On November 5th, people began to burn a dummy of Guy Fawkes on the bonfire. Bonfire parties. Some parts of Britain have special traditions for bonfire night. In the town of Lewes, in the south of England, people wear costumes and carry torches through the street. In some towns, rather than dummies of Guy Fawkes, dummies of famous people who were unpopular in the public today are burned. By the late 19th century, spectacular firework displays and parades in towns and cities became popular. People marched to where the bonfire and firework displays were held. These days, the bonfires were usually arranged by local organizations. Conclusion. Guy Fawkes Day celebrates the failure of the gunpowder plot to kill the King of England. These events happened over 400 years ago. Today, millions of people in the United Kingdom still enjoy bonfires and fireworks on November 5th. But some people see Guy Fawkes as a person who stood up for what he believed in. Some fury facts. Once a year, guards search the houses of Parliament before the official opening. They make sure there are no would-be plotters hiding in the basements. Scientists have calculated that the 2,500 kilograms of gunpowder 2,500 kilograms, 5,512 pounds of gunpowder hidden by Guy Fawkes would have exploded outward to about 490 meters, 336 yards. Guy Fawkes has an island in the Galapagos Islands, Ecuador, named after him, called Isla Guy Fawkes.